Hello, this is not video number 3 about I'm done. This is a bonus video. Had a really cool weekend and I wanted to share something about that with you. So I'm back home in Texas now after spending a couple weeks up in Colorado with the family, with my husband and the dogs and all of our friends and stuff. Back down in Texas, and I'm back to my regular life. I'm doing my Camp Gladiator workouts and doing my food prepping and my laundry, watering my plants. And in all honesty, those are all the things I did while I was still a cop, but I'm now doing them on my schedule. Pretty much that means I'm not doing them at strange hours of the day or all in one couple hours on the weekend or whatever. But it's a good life. I am very, very lucky when it comes to that. I did leave Colorado a couple days earlier than my family, and I was down in San Antonio. My parents live down there, so I got to spend some time with them also. But I was at a Texas police officers conference. Very interesting group of people, several hundred, tons and tons of people actually, down on the Riverwalk, lots of fun. But I was able to listen to officers discuss retirement. I'll admit, I did raise the question. I said, what do you think about your retirement? And the answers fell into pretty much 2 camps. And the first group of responses I got from officers, they lit up, they were smiling, they were very excited, and they're like, I'm retired and I have another job, and they told me about their job. Now remember, this is a very specific group of people. They were at a police-related conference, but they each have a career now, sometimes a third career. We have a lot of people that were military first and then law enforcement, and so now they have their additional career. But each of these individuals did know what they wanted to do before they retired from the job. So they used that time as a first responder to figure out what they wanted to do. And they got training and they made relationships and they lined themselves up to have this additional job or additional career. Now, sometimes they got hired on while they were still doing the job. A lot of them didn't. A lot of them weren't able to do that, but they laid the groundwork. They knew what they wanted to do. The second group of people, this is almost kind of funny in a way, in a sad sort of way, they looked at me and I just felt the wall come down, and I got that cop look, that cold, dead-eyed cop look that we give when we don't want to answer, or we don't like the answer, or we don't want to be having that conversation. And I just stood there and smiled, not very threatening at all, just kind of stood there. And every single one of these individuals did actually start talking, and they shared some very interesting information. I really wasn't surprised by any of it. It isn't anything that I haven't already heard, but it's always so special to hear it come from an individual, because it's their information and it's about their life and it's their concerns, their fears, their futures. And it's, if anything, I have to give them the respect for being able to share that with somebody that they didn't know. But we just talked about things. I did a lot of listening, asked a couple questions that I knew could really help individuals start thinking. I watched the light turn on. Because remember, while I don't motivate individuals, well, that's not true. I do some motivation, but I don't motivate you to find the answer. The answer is already in you. So I just help you with some questions and a strategy. I just help individuals plan their retirement, take care of some important stuff before they're just kind of left standing there without really sure what to do. So really good conversation there. Two of the topics that I talked about with everybody, and I want to share this with you, and I want to ask you to please consider this important in your life. It's 2 things that you can do immediately that will improve your life now, and it will also improve your retirement. So I'm going to say simple, but not necessarily very simple. Some of you are going to have a really hard time with this. But the first thing is to honor and respect your relationships. This could be your marriage. This could be your significant other. It can be your children. It could be your neighbors. It could be your friends. It could be whatever. And if you don't have any of that in your life, now's a really good time to start working on that. So honor and respect that. Start building respect. Start giving respect. Start giving a little bit of your time to people in your life that really should matter. They do hold space in your life, and it's up to you to make that more positive for everybody. These are people that you might not have given much time to over the years, or maybe you're not a lot of fun to be around because, we do have some issues and we need to address those. And if your goal is to improve your relationships, maybe you will start addressing some of those issues that you deal with. And you might say, I don't have any issues. Well, look at your life. Look at the people in your life. Would they say you don't have any issues? Or would they lovingly point out where you could improve your communication skills, your listening skills, just your overall energy around them? Now's a really, really good time to do that. It will improve your life now, and it will also improve your retirement. Your children need to know they matter. It doesn't matter that it does actually matter that you missed so much of their lives, but it doesn't matter right now. You can fix that. You can address it. And fix is kind of a loose word on that, but let them know that they matter now. If you need to apologize for what you've missed, apologize for it, own it. Don't make excuses. Don't say, well, I had to do the job, because, you really didn't have to do the job. And that's one thing that we learn as we go farther through our retirement is when you're gone from the department, you're gone. They don't even care. They might not use your badge number again. They might not reissue your badge, but you're gone. Somebody else has filled your place. But you were still the father. You were still the mother. You were still the spouse. You were still the sister, the brother, the son, the daughter, all of those things. So let's start honoring and respecting our relationships. The other thing that you could really consider doing is finding a hobby, finding some way to spend your time that's not cop related. I know you got to clean your gun. I know you need to shoot. I know all that stuff is really, really important for our survival and for our proficiency, but try to find something else. Try to find something outside of that. Maybe reading, maybe gardening, maybe working out. There's so many things that are out there in the world, hobbies, activities, volunteer work. You can go on and on and on and look at that. And you're like, I don't like to do anything. Well, you kind of got in bad habits years ago. It's time to spread your wings and try something new. A lot of times, things that we used to like to do when we were 20 or 30, we really can't do anymore. Either it's inappropriate, or our bodies just don't let us do it, or maybe those things don't even exist anymore. That's actually a really funny thing, is if you start researching things or just start being aware of things, like being aware of things that aren't going to kill you, but be aware of things that are actually out there for enjoyment and relaxation. There's a lot of new stuff out there now. So many opportunities, and a lot of them don't cost the money that they used to cost. So if I could ask of you to please consider and actively do work on your relationships, and also find some kind of a hobby. Both of these things will make your life better now and can translate into a more successful retirement for yourself. And you might be thinking, why does she care about my life? Why does she care about my retirement? Well, to be honest, I like to help people. I tried to get away from it. I tried to separate myself from the cop world. It doesn't work. I keep being pulled back into it. All my people are cops, my husband. I'm not getting away from it. And so I actually care very much about the state of our people. We don't have good track records of going into retirement healthy and happy. We don't have good records of having long, successful retirements. No one's gonna change that for us. Nobody's gonna fix that. We have to do that ourselves. We're the only ones that can do that. So I would like to help you do that. I have the energy. I'm working on my energy. I'm working on my own issues of 30 years of law enforcement. I'm working on my issues of being a cop wife, and I have found some ways that make it easier, more successful. I would like to share those with you. So please join us again for our next video, video number 3, because this video is just a bonus video, for video number 3, which is about we're done. And please take care of yourself and stay safe. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye-bye.